The BOSS 200 series represents a great range of effects, class-leading sound quality, and intuitive controls. The sound quality of these things is absolutely incredible, featuring 32-bit ADDA, 32-bit internal processing, and 96K sample rate. You can store 4 different memories for instant recall, and you've even got a manual mode, which is how the knobs are currently set. The OD-200's hybrid design seamlessly brings together analog and digital clipping circuits into one pedal. 12 modes offer a variety of premium overdrive, fuzz and distortion tones, including a high-gain brown mode and a variety of boost options. There are 3 high-performance X-Drive modes powered by BOSS's cutting-edge MDP technology. These bring enhanced definition, clarity, and dynamic response for modern playing styles. Despite being incredibly powerful, tones are super easy to dial in on these pedals due to the way the controls are laid out. In addition to 12 main drive modes, you can use up to 15 switchable boost options, everything from clean, mid and treble boosts through to blues driver and even a metal zone. You can even choose to run these boosts in 2 different ways, series and parallel, essentially just stacking drive pedals. In series, the booster is placed before the main distortion. The pre-level pushes the gain to be more aggressive, whereas the post-level affects the overall level of the boost. In the series structure, the low, mid and high knobs affect the overall characteristic of the main distortion and not the characteristic of the boost. In the parallel structure, both the boost and the main distortion are placed in parallel. This basically allows you to use 2 different drives at the same time. The low, middle and high knobs now adjust the EQ for both the main distortion and the booster together. You can use gentle and transparent gating through to super fast gating, bringing tightness to heavy modern styles. This isn't just for noise suppression, you can use this for much more aggressive sound creation. So let me explain the signal chain I've got going on here. I've got the OD-200 plugged straight into the front of the Victory V30 Mark II, which is going into the BOSS Wazza tube amp expander, and I'm on the overdrive mode. This is the sound without it engaged. The next sound I've dialed in, I really like for leads. I'm using the stack drive mode, and I've paired it up with a little bit more gain from the amplifier. So this is how it sounds with the amp. And then with the stack drive. The next sound I've set up is based off the blues driver, so I've got it going into the clean on the V30. This is how it sounds. And this is with the blues punched in. For this patch, I've set up a fuzz going into the clean on the V30, but then on top of that, I'm going to add a foot switchable boost, but the boost I've chosen is in fact the metal zone, so you'll get to hear the fuzz with the metal zone crammed on top. So this is our clean. Then with the fuzz, then with the metal zone. For this sound, I've decided to use the X-Drive mode, again going into a clean to give me a sort of fat rock tone that I can use on both bridge and neck pickup. This is it without. and with. So for this sound, I'm going to show you the boost in series mode. What I've actually done is kept my sort of hard rock tone, but I've decided to add in series the fuzz, which creates a very crazy sounding amount of gain, and it's quite intense, but considering it's a Telecaster into a clean sound, I think it sounds pretty damn good. That was without. Here we go. And now for craziness. So now I'm going to use the boost mode in parallel. What I've done here is I've got a Centaur overdrive, and I'm going to add in parallel the blues driver. Therefore I can get a little bit more gain and a little bit more level. The cool thing here is that in parallel mode I can use the bass, middle and treble controls to affect the entire signal, as opposed to in series mode where those controls just affect the main overdrive sound. So this is my clean signal. And here comes the Centaur. Now I'm going to add the blues driver on top in parallel. If I use the EQ, now I'd like to show you the noise gate. Normally people use things like noise gates and suppressors to get rid of unwanted hiss and noise. However, you can also use these in certain styles of music. And so in this application, I've got the gate set with a super low decay and the threshold quite high, so that I can get some very staccato style gates on my guitar sound with a lot of gain. So this is it without. And this is it with. Once you've found a great sound, you can save and recall instantly from one of the 4 memory locations. Plus you have the manual mode, which is basically the top panel knob setting. On the back of the pedal, you've got a control and expression pedal input, so you could go ahead and plug a foot switch in and control things like the boost. Alternatively, you could plug an expression pedal in, you could control the amount of gain or the overall volume of the pedal. The BOSS 200 series also features TRS-MIDI connectivity. This may look a little bit different from your standard MIDI cable, but it works exactly the same way. With a cable like this, it basically allows us to control the entire pedal via MIDI. You could even use an external controller such as a BOSS ES5 or ES8 controller. Alternatively, you can use a simple cable like this, connect 2 pedals together and basically control one from the other. Very simple to use, yet very sophisticated. Go to boss.info to find out more information.